Hello Jessica and welcome to Swim Therapy. It is the 1st of December 2017 and today we had a look at your butterfly. So here's the first video. I'm going to talk us through what we need to be doing. So first of all, we can see that when we're coming into the water, our head and our arms are coming in pretty much at the same time. So we need to have a bit more of a head and chest press here to allow us to get forward momentum and to also allow us to get more undulation. Okay, now if you look in this view here, we can see that we're kicking from the knee, and if you look at your hips, they don't really move. We haven't got that fluid undulation throughout our body, okay, and that is due to the lack of the head and chest press, and like again, we haven't really got that undulation going on. And within butterfly, undulation is pretty much the main reason we go forwards. Okay, so we're going to work on head and chest press, kicking at entry in the hip, not just from the knee there. Okay, and then something else that we looked at was when we come up to breathe, we can see we're lifting up quite high. Okay, so we're using our energy to go up, and that's going to disrupt the rhythm. Okay, so instead of doing that, when we breathe, we want to try and stay a bit lower and make it a bit quicker. Okay, so they're the main focus points that we had today. Let's go on to the first video and talk about what we did there. So we began by looking at the basis of butterfly, which is that undulation and how the press really causes that. Okay, so what you're going to do is have your hands by your side and press the head and chest down, press the head and chest down nice and frequently, like I said, keeping the nose towards the ground. Don't nod your head and chest go down together. Okay, and you can already see as a result, look at the undulation now. The hips go up every single time and the kick is flowing through the body rather than coming from the knees. If you watch this in full speed, this is the type of tempo you want. Press, press, press. Okay, there you go, this sort of tempo, nice and frequent, allowing the tempo of the kick to be 1 2 1 2. All right, so on your front, practicing this is a great way for you to learn this undulation and how the head and chest press causes that kick to flow through the body. Okay, so this one, a really good one to build on the basis of your butterfly with the press and the undulation. Following this, a good way to practice this is by doing some single arm. Okay, so the way you're going to do that is you're going to have one arm out in front, the other arm swimming. Okay, now what you're aiming to do, just like we saw there, really good, as that arm's coming over, as we can see here, arm's coming over, we start pressing, 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 and by the time the arm arrives, we're pressing down like that. And if you look in here in full speed, you can see that press down is giving us that forward momentum, looking at the hips, driving the hips up, and we're kicking at entry, hip, entry, hip, entry, and hip. Okay, so single arm, again, a great way to practice this new head and chest press and style of kick. And we can now see the undulation looking a lot better. Okay, but like I said, single arm, focusing on pressing head and chest down nice and strong, nice and early, and kicking at entry and hip. And as we go into full stroke, we can start to see this press happening nice and strong. Okay, and while I'm showing you this, just want to remind you of something. So we did a stretch on the side where you had hand shoulder width and you're going to press your head down in this sort of position, and you'll feel the stretch on the back of your neck up here. Okay, and it's also really going to help with shoulder flexibility. So I'm just putting this in here. Remember that stretch. It will increase the range of motion on your press and also increase shoulder flexibility, and then that's the feeling you should get when you're doing that press. One of the other things we worked on was having a quick breath. Okay, so like I said, as soon as those lungs are full, we're pressing back in. And what I mean by that is when we breathe, we want to try and stay as low as possible with our nose facing towards the ground. Okay, so it takes less time and doesn't disrupt our rhythm. Okay, if you watch this in full speed, it makes the breaths a lot quicker and then not so much an inconvenience to our stroke. Okay, and one way for you to practice this is, like I said, use some dummy breaths. So do a fake breath and just, you know, sort of figure out how high out of the water you're coming, and then on the real breath, try and stay just as low. All right, but you know, looking at that breath there and how much lower we're staying there in comparison to this one here, you can really see the difference. All right, and how much longer we're staying out of the water. We're staying out of the water a lot longer here, and it's a lot more labored, whereas on this one at the end, we managed to keep the breath a lot lower and a lot quicker, which causes less disruption to the rhythm. So this is definitely something to be working on as well. So then, if we now compare our first and final videos, and like I said, we did have a couple good videos in there as well, so I'll probably show you a couple of those, but here's the first one. Okay, so looking again, not really have a press there, not much power going forwards, majority of the kick coming from the knee, and our breaths are coming out very high. Okay, so looking at that there, and first of all I'm going to show you a video where the press was looking a lot better than that. You can see here, pressing down, which is giving us that forward momentum, allowing that undulation to take place, and that looks a lot stronger. Okay, and then looking at one like this, which was our very final one. Like I said, we had the press. It could have been a little bit stronger on this one, but I feel like we were a little bit tired. That's still loads better than the start. We have those kicks happening, entry and hip, and again that breath is low and it's quick and it's not interrupting our rhythm at all. Okay, so really well done today, and again I think that looks loads better. And when you get tired, just really focus on that press. And like I say, this stroke really does look a lot different and pretty much a whole new stroke to the start. So good job. Now you've just got to go to training. Like I said, this isn't your stroke yet, this is you thinking about it. When this becomes natural, it'll be a lot better than this. Okay, and then we'll start seeing some PBs, I'm sure. Alright, so good job, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon to continue this progress on your swimming. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming, well done, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.